Prime Minister of Japan, Fumio Kishida.
Kenya is Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's second last stop of his four-nation Africa tour that has already seen him visit Egypt and Ghana. The two countries are marking 60 years of cooperation that has seen Kenya become the largest recipient of Japanese development assistance in sub-Saharan Africa. And with Japan the current president of the G7 summit, regional and international issues took center stage in the bilateral discussions ahead of the G7 summit in Hiroshima. On Sudan, the two leaders agreed to push for a ceasefire to end the conflict between the Sudanese military and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces that has already claimed hundreds of lives and injured thousands.
We further agreed to call for a cessation of hostilities immediately without preconditions, assure the safety of civilians, including diplomatic and humanitarian personnel, and allow safe passage of humanitarian assistance.
Kishida says Japan will send a special envoy to the Horn of Africa to seek solutions to the conflict and address the growing humanitarian crisis in Sudan.
We will promptly consider emergency humanitarian assistance together with the international community and affirmed that we will coordinate closely with Kenya.
The Japanese Prime Minister pledged to include the discussions he had with African leaders at the upcoming G7 summit. The two leaders also held bilateral talks on several areas of cooperation touching on energy, infrastructure, agriculture and investments in economic zones. On Thursday, the Japanese Prime Minister heads to Mozambique on the last stop of his Africa tour as Kenya gets ready to welcome German Chancellor Olaf Scholz in a tour that indicates the increasing interest in Africa by major global players. The meeting between the two leaders was a balance between bilateral relations and global affairs. But it's clear the crisis in Sudan remains a major concern for both regional leaders and the international community. Robert Nagila, CGTN, Nairobi, Kenya.